The Big Wave, copyright 2014, by J. Gabrielle. Chapter 1. The Beginning. The Earth's crust floats on the denser asthenosphere of the upper mantle in Earth's interior. Therefore, from time to time, it moves, sometimes in small ways, like the 5.8 shaking that happened in Washington, D.C. in August of 2011. Sometimes in big ways, like the infamous 1906 earthquake in San Francisco. Fact of existence: the Earth's crust floats and moves. The results are many. One result when the Earth's crust moved was a tsunami, a large wave of water, as released when the Earth's crust shifted beneath the Indian Ocean, and the earthquake released stored energy equivalent to over 23,000 Hiroshima bombs. That was the Boxing Day tsunami in Thailand in 2004. This story is about a similar event. At 7:45 a.m. GMT on Wednesday, the natural disaster was taking place off the west coast of Africa. The Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission of UNESCO, NOAA, and the USGS have dart buoys and other detectors, like the one located in the Disney Wilderness Preserve. The response of these machines alerted officials to the coming events. Alarms sounded and people scurried about making phone calls, SMS, email, fax, radio, texting, and telex, often using hardened dedicated systems enabling emergency messages to be sent to the emergency services and armed forces, as well as population alerting systems, e.g. sirens, and the emergency alert system. The eastern seaboard of Florida was about to experience their first tsunami in recorded history. If this were not enough, there was also a Category 5 hurricane taking shape and aim for Florida. The red and white banner that scrolled across the screen on the TV in the 7-Eleven said so. A single long tone accompanied the alert. Reggie expected to read, "This is a test of the emergency broadcasting system." She had seen it every month for years. Once a month, the television stations played the same thing. Today was different. At the same time, the weather radio that was beneath the counter sounded its familiar beep, 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 and announced an important message from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Be advised, the following message has been released for all counties on Florida's east coast. Hurricane Dennis has changed course and is now at 26.6 degrees north and 78.1 degrees west, with maximum sustained winds of 105 miles an hour and moving west-northwest at 6 miles an hour. The storm is expected to reach the peninsula of Florida in 12 hours. Residents of coastal areas from Dade County to Flagler County are advised to take action. The usual morning crowd was beginning to trickle into the 7-Eleven. Reggie greeted each potential customer with cheer. "Morning, Larry," she sang out. Larry was a truck driver from the local Benson Brothers Delivery Company. "Hey, Reg, how's it hanging?" "A little to the left today." Larry gave a little chuckle and began filling his mug with coffee, the Colombian blend. Shortly behind Larry came Leroy. Leroy was the local loiterer, eccentric and homeless, also a Vietnam veteran. He came inside to use the bathroom. "Morning, Reggie," he said as he made his way to the area behind the slushy machine to the restrooms. "Morning, Leroy," Reggie called back. There was a constant stream of customers: teachers, insurance men and women, students, and assorted gasoline customers, from 5:30 until around 10 o'clock, when things slowed down. Meanwhile, a little more than 4,000 miles away in the Atlantic Ocean, the Earth was moving quickly. At 10 o'clock Eastern Time and 3 o'clock in the Canary Islands, on an island called La Palma, the land began to slip. For months, volcanoes on Cumbre Vieja had been rumbling. The effects were only hours away. The sandy ground on the opposite side of the island started to recede into the ocean. This displacement of water would result in the movement of a huge wave, and in 9 hours it would reach the eastern shores of North America. Unaware, Reggie began mopping the floor after her last customer had gone. Leroy exited the restroom. Reggie looked up in surprise. "Dude," said Reggie, "have you been in there all this time?" "Maybe," replied Leroy sheepishly, and went over and stood near Reggie as she mopped. "You hear about the hurricane that's coming?" she asked him. "No, I haven't heard about any hurricane." "Check out the newspaper. There should be something in there. And watch the front for me. I've got to mop the bathrooms." "Sure, no worries," he reassured her. Reggie pushed a yellow bucket into the first restroom. Leroy took a newspaper and dropped 50 cents on the register, then walked over to the magazine rack. From the restroom, Reggie called out, "Leroy!" "What?" "Haven't I asked you not to smoke weed in the 7-Eleven's bathroom?" "What makes you think it was me?" Reggie walked out of the bathroom and stood in the aisle where she could look at Leroy. He looked up to see her standing there with her hands on her hips. "Uh-oh," he thought. "She may be a lesbian, but I know what that look means." "Really?" she stated. "Okay, I'm sorry." "No, you're not." "Well, I am a little. I would want you to get in trouble for something I did." "And it's against the law." "Oh, fuck the law. Fuck the whole damn government." "All right, Leroy, calm down. Just don't do it any more, thank you." "All right," he lied. To be continued.